Hi everyone, welcome back to Creative Thinking Studios. This is your host Dale, and these are my weekly vlogs where I show my daily living of doing a 9 to 5, running a house, having a wonderful family, but also in the meantime I have big dreams of wanting to make a living out of the creative arts, my passions, but unfortunately that day hasn't come yet, so this is me living a normal life and trying to get stuff out there until that day comes. So please like and subscribe if you're interested in this lifestyle and I want to bring you along for the wild adventure. Coming back to work is always not the nicest feeling after a week off, but it's been quite smooth this week. But we're down here on a morning shift, sleeping on the couch ready for a morning shift, doing my ritual, which is having a beer and watching telly, mostly UFO stuff. Yep, and we're ready for the dark early start. Well, as always, the beginning of the week does involve gearing up at like 3:30 to do the job that I do. That's what happens when you have a job, a lifestyle like this. You have to balance all of your creative arts around your essentials, and it's hard when they aren't your essentials. You have to find the time to do them, your passions. But I suppose in your mind they're the essentials, but you've got to find ways of fitting them in, really. I'll try this. This is probably one of the highest notes I've ever hit in my singing career, which is not much of one, really. In work, by the way, in the car park. No one's looking around. Yeah! 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 Sorry again. Yeah! Oh, can't sustain it. Yeah! Voice is cut in that one bit. Yeah! 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 So if truth be told, I actually didn't film that much from this week. Maybe I felt like there just wasn't much going on. It was very repetitive. So I thought in this video I'd want to talk about something very specific. And that is paycheck to paycheck. You know, getting paid from work and then it's drained by the end of the month and then you get paid again. And you kind of go in I would call it a vicious cycle, because I find there's no opportunity to save. There's no opportunity to invest. And I want to come up with projects at the moment, especially filming, and it's very hard to budget if I have to pay actors or get travel costs and pay for props or whatever, fuel. And I suppose I just find it hard living from paycheck to paycheck. I know I'm not the only one, but I can certainly relate to this lifestyle. I think it's okay for it's okay for people who have a lot of money in the bank, because there's always that security to fall back on. But if you haven't got that, it is just a day-to-day survival, sometimes month to month, living not knowing what's coming around the corner, really. You know, I know what it's like to go into survival mode and plan meals very strictly and stick to them, and not being able to step outside the box much. I suppose we do eat out when we can to have that little bit of a treat, but we gotta budget quite strictly, really. So, yeah, what has been your experience of paycheck to paycheck? I would be quite interested to hear your thoughts on that, really. And I suppose, as a creative person, who has to hold down a normal job. It's that reality hitting even more and more. The fact that, I know what real living is like, and this is the reality of the situation. The paycheck comes in month to month. It's a survival mode. I can't make a living or any kind of money off of these hobbies. It'd be wonderful if I could, but there's no kind of extra income coming in. And so, yeah, life can be hard when you're paycheck to paycheck, but I would be, please share. I would be very interested to hear what your thoughts are on that and what your experiences have been. A couple of things in the works. These projects are very close to done. It is really nice being in the almost done phase. It's hard when you're at the very beginning, and it's quite hard when you're in the middle. But once you're past the middle and you're in that 3/4 section, almost to the end, that's a great feeling. I'm finding now these songs are just getting done just like that. Lyrics are coming quite naturally. Obviously, filming is coming up in a month. That's really scary. In June. Basically, to give you an idea of that, we're sort of thinking about working with one actor on the Monday through the Wednesday. The other actress comes on the Thursday. We get some local shots done with her on the Friday. The next actor comes Friday night. And then we travel on the road on Saturday. And then we have some final shots on the Sunday. So it's a lot to work out. As I was talking about the paycheck to paycheck and raising money and trying to find the funds to do all this crazy stuff, really. But I know there's a way out there somewhere. There's got to be a way. But on top of that, I've been working on a lot of kind of Welsh songs that goes along with this film. And I've been thinking about how I can use that as another platform. And in fact, one Welsh song, well, a couple have been finished, but there's going to be one that I might make a video and get that out there. And I think it may have quite an important message that video might have a chance of having a lot of success and views. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. A bit of a shorter video today, and just thank you that you joined me on this wild ride. It's a slow process. It's a hard process. It's very life-hitting, reality-based, but you dream big at the same time. You just never know what's around the corner. In a good way, in terms of success. But I wish you all the best if you're in the same boat, and please like and subscribe to get more notifications, and let's encourage each other on our journeys and follow each other.